Welcome back to the WeeBS Show, everybody. Hello.
Are you gonna attempt doing this 16 times today?
Oh
that means next time it's 32.
Next time is 32, I think.
Yeah, next time it's 32, then the next time it's 64.
Question. If I
have fun,
lose
Carri.
track, if I lose track, how many hellos do I say? Do I have to start all over?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Hello and welcome to the WeeBS Show, a show where weebs talk about being weebs. My name is Carri and I'm here with my wonderful host, Jordan.
Hi.
Alex.
Hello.
Cynthia.
Hi.
And Nexter.
Relatable.
I really hope that's like a good noise and not like a bad noise. I guess that's what they call it.
I don't know what that noise was. I watched a video of some ducks, so
Honk.
Honk. Affleck, please sponsor us.
Yes, we can definitely use some insurance ads.
Yes.
Those are
some
like the best
insurance.
ads.
Pretty much.
give it to us.
Anyways, for those of you who are just joining us, we are a podcast where adult Gen Zers talk about their experiences with anime. And so in this episode in particular, we're going to be talking about our experiences with cosplay. Woo! I can see it's very enthusiastic.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm in pain.
For a second, I thought
Yay.
We're very excited. Don't worry, we are.
Such an in-depth conversation we're about to have.
Right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I guess for those of you who don't know, all five of us do cosplay.
'Cause we're
Various
nerds.
experiences, various characters and whatnot. So we're going to talk about our experiences with cosplays. So let's start with how we got into cosplay in particular. I'm actually curious, out of all five of us, who's actually been doing it the longest?
I've been doing it since October of last year, so like I think I've been doing it like the least amount out of all of us.
Mhm. And I technically kind of
I've been cosplaying. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, you go ahead.
I've been cosplaying since I was 11.
Wait.
That is
I
probably
mean,
Like official cosplaying since I was 11.
that's probably the longest out of all of us.
Yeah.
that's probably the longest, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. And I'm the youngest one out of all of us.
Yes, you
Oh my
are.
goodness. Does that make you like the like weeb then in terms of cosplay?
The ultimate cosplayer.
Oh god.
Maybe. I don't know. My first cosplay was Harley Quinn, and I still have all 4 of those costumes.
Wait, you have
And
4.
soon I'm going to bring it back. Huh?
You have 4 Harley Quinn costumes.
Yes, I have 4. 4
Mad lad.
different Harley Quinn costumes. 5 if you count the reversible hoodie that goes from Harley Quinn to Joker.
Interesting.
Wait, what are those 4 Harley Quinn costumes though? Like, I know that there are different like versions of Harley Quinn.
One is classic. One is classic. One is the new 52, which is Suicide Squad. One is like an actual onesie with like the bells and everything. And then one is a corset and leather pants. One, and I don't use it much because the corset is way too big for me now. And technically 5 if you want to count Beach Harley, because I have Beach Harley too.
Well, gee, I wonder who your favorite character is.
Yeah.
Gee.
From the DC Comics, Harley Quinn. Absolutely. Hands down. Love Harleen Francis Quinzel.
Valid.
Very valid.
And I can do the voice.
Well, aren't you gonna do the voice?
Aren't you
I
gonna
don't
do
know
the
if you
voice?
want me to do it. I can. Let me sit up real quick.
You have to get into position.
Yes.
By the way,
Hiya, the
casting,
name's Harley Quinn. Too bad Mr. J ain't here. What?
Oh, no, go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. Too bad Mr. J ain't here. He'd be the real life of the party, you know.
I will
You kind
say
of sound like Polly from the new game of Honey Pop.
That's frightening.
Which one's frightening? Is it the voice, the fact that she sounds like it, or the fact that I know that?
Both.
Both.
Well, I'm thoroughly addicted to Honey Pop, so I mean, like, hey.
Just send me
By the
lines
way-
and I'll record some for you.
Oh my
By the way,
God.
guys, for everyone who's listening, do not play Honey Pop if you are under 18, because it is very much an adult game.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you're
But I like
watching
puzzles.
this and you're not over 18, what are you doing?
Oh yeah.
Rebelling.
This is an 18 and older podcast for a reason.
Oh gosh.
You're being a delinquent.
Get your butt
Bad
off
kids.
and quit listening to this and go help your mom with the groceries.
Oh, don't. We don't tell you what to do. We're not your parents.
No,
I mean, like,
no.
why?
Go help your parents with the groceries.
Go help
Even
your
if
parents
there
with
aren't any groceries,
Go
go to the store and go get some groceries
Exactly.
to help them with.
take a walk.
Yeah, good.
Walk
Take a
down
walk.
to
Pretty much. On another
the
Take a walk, be
store and
healthy.
pick up some groceries.
Yeah.
Even pick up groceries just for yourself.
Life hacks.
That's true. You could just order them online now that I think about it. Because I've done that before.
True.
Not in my area,
Oh.
unfortunately.
Mm.
I'm very much more rural than Carri, but I'm not sure about
You can
everyone
here.
else.
You can
What?
here. I order them online sometimes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm much more rural than Nexter here.
Yeah.
Anyways, do we
I
want
live
to
in
talk
a
about,
town.
do we want to talk about how we got into cosplay?
Great question. Let's go back to the topic.
We do this all the time.
We staying on topic.
Correct.
Oh gosh. What I was about to mention though is that if there are any like casting directors or anything who's looking for a voice like Synthia, like a Harley Quinn or whatever that character
Oh,
was.
I can do several voices.
Maybe we need to get her on a video type of like YouTube channel where she can put like a resume of voices she can do.
Not only a cosplayer but also a voice actor.
I can. Yeah, I've actually done some voice acting. It was fun.
I've tried to, but no one's ever hired me.
Oh god. Oh yeah. So
I tell you who I really want to voice if they ever get around to it. I want to voice
Yes.
Foo Fighters.
ooh.
Stone
Oh,
Ocean.
Southern Foo Fighters.
Because they
I love
live
it.
in
Yes.
Florida. They live in Florida. They have Southern accents. I can
Let's
pull that
start a
off.
Petition everyone.
Yes.
Cynthia for Foo Fighters.
Yeah. So we have somebody who cosplays for
Synthia.
7 years so far. Wait, who would be the next longest cosplayer? 7 years? I know, it's probably
Wait,
between
I guess
Nexter and
Unsure.
it's between
I
Nexter
think
and
my first I think my first actual cosplay was either 2014 or 2015. I don't remember which.
I was in my freshman year of high school whenever I first started. I don't recall when
Yeah,
that
same here, I think.
Usually I could do math, but I
I-
can't do math right now. Which one's which?
Okay, so Alex is 22 right now,
Uh-huh.
and you said 14. Your freshman year of high school, so 14.
I graduated in 2017, so 2013?
2013, so it would be about hold on, I am doing math. 8 years.
Ah, you beat me.
Wait, so Alex has done it longer than Cynthia?
2021 minus 2013 is 8.
Oh gosh. Okay, we started with the wrong person. I was thinking of doing it from like whoever's been doing it the most and then going down the line.
Oh
we
well.
failed that.
Oh, well. Anyway, Alex, take us away. Tell us about your cosplay experience. Who did you cosplay first?
So yeah, like I said, I cosplayed my freshman year of high school. I ended up just putting on a wig randomly that a friend had, and I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. And then that led me to start cutting my hair short, but eventually my high school friends at the time introduced me to cosplay and like going to conventions more, and I was like, okay. So my first cosplay was Levy McGarden from Fairy Tale, and I still have the wig for it to this day, and the original outfit that my mom from scratch sewed for me.
Nice.
But yeah, that's really how I started. What else do you want me to answer?
Have you done anything, or how many? Actually, both for Synthia and Alex. I just want to know exactly how many characters have you cosplayed, regardless.
God.
Regardless.
Oh, let me get
Still
some
do it.
paper. and
Yeah,
start
let me get
counting
some
it
paper.
down.
I'll get back to you on that in about 30 minutes.
Just
Here's the real question: who's cosplayed the most characters out of all of us?
Totally not me.
God, I'm gonna have to like really remember. Ugh. Are we counting casual cosplays or
Yes.
like
Yes.
official?
Yes.
Oh God.
All cosplays, casual, closet, complete, current, discontinued,
Current
nuance.
discontinued.
oof. I just realized I have 4 different elf cosplays.
Oh gosh.
Great.
Should we also count OC cosplays too?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Jordan, are you also listing yours down too?
Yeah.
Oh, we're actually writing them down. Oh, okay.
I only
I'm
have
not-
like
I'm not
maybe
writing it down,
3.
I'm just counting.
If you want me to list like the soon to be cosplays that are coming, like maybe when I get more money, then I could list them.
If it's in your closet now, it counts. If it's not, don't count it.
Okay,
We can
cool.
address what we want to cosplay later. But
Okay, cool. Then 3.
Mhm. I'm probably gonna
No,
put,
4.
I'm
sorry,
probably gonna
4.
put some intermission music.
I forgot
while
about White
writing
Album.
this down. How could you forget about White Album?
I have
We'll
only
play some
one.
ads here.
when did everybody
What?
else
We'll
start
play some
cosplaying?
ads. Someone make up an ad and we'll
This
play it here.
episode is sponsored by.
No, we can keep talking while we're figuring it out. When did everybody else start cosplaying?
Next.
Carri, when did you start?
Huh?
Oh wait. I was gonna say next or you continue on like talking about your cosplay.
I think my first one was either in 2014 or 2015. I forgot which. I could look it up, but I'd have to get on Facebook, and I don't want to do that. So
Okay. Wait, you post your
I do know I have
on
it on
Facebook?
there. I used to when I was like 15. I posted them on there, and I have since stopped doing that. So me sometimes I post them on there.
I'm really trying to recall everything
Same.
right now. Oh God.
None of us are going to be talking while we try to figure this out.
No, we can. What was everybody's first one, if they recall? Because I stated what my first one was.
I've already said Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I think y'all already know who my first cosplay was.
Nerd.
Malone. Malone.
Melon.
It was the Melon.
Melon
Ellen Boy.
Lord.
I don't know why I chose Melonia.
Oh my god, I have so many.
I do too. Dude.
Trying to write all mine down, and
Um,
it's just a lot of really cringy stuff. Oh boy.
Oh, I'm not reading mine off. I'm just calculating.
I know, I'm just writing the ones I got just so I remember.
Wait, quick question. So one of the characters that I cosplay is technically like a hive mind of characters that I just differentiate with different props.
No, all the Metallica beans are individual cosplays. Everybody
Yeah,
needs
because they have different props.
Metallica beans are unison. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Mob
It's
boss.
just Metallica.
I was gonna put it like Metallica and then
Like,
a
I'm
bunch of cat
counting-
marks.
Like, I'm legit counting all of Penny's cosplays as or all of Penny's outfits as different
Mad
cosplays.
lad.
And Erie 2 outfits. I have 4 different elf outfits. I have 5 different Among Us ones. That's not even counting half of them. And I'm still writing them down. Oh yeah, there's what's her name? I think I named her Charlotte. Camp Half-Blood OC. I'm trying to remember what other stands I've done because I've done so many.
I'm trying to remember what all I've done because I've done so many too.
All right, time to consult TikTok.
Oh gosh. Wait, so
Also,
you
these need to be finished as well.
Her name is Cassidy. Yeah, these are the ones that I finished.
wait, Nexter, when did you say you started cosplaying? 2016?
Either 14
So
or
at the
15,
like
I think.
maybe most you've cosplayed for 7 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
7 or 8 at most, I think. I don't remember how much.
I have it, but I haven't worn it yet.
Wait, would it count if you've had the cosplay but you haven't worn it yet?
Oh geez. Polnareff, Frankenstein Okuyasu.
Ooh.
There's ones that are half finished.
Does it count if it's a whip? Like, if we haven't finished it yet, it
No.
doesn't count.
If we're doing the count, if it's still a work in progress, no, they need to be finished and they need
Okay.
to have left your house.
Okay.
Oh, they
Or at
left your house?
Wait,
Or at least
I've worn all of mine in public. It's fine.
I have not.
Did Nexter just say whip as whip work in progress?
yes.
Yes.
People don't do that?
No.
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 Oh.
I am in business classes and we just call it WIP, work in progress.
I just call it
Huh.
I call it work in progress too. That's just
I didn't know people did that.
Okay, so
I thought people called it that.
so for the count, there's gonna be like what? Okay, they need to be
Yeah.
fully completed. They need to be worn and shown to somebody else. They don't need to leave the house, but they need to be shown to somebody else.
Okay.
Because we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, and I understand that some people have finished projects and not worn it.
I can't remember this anime. It's oh god, this is gonna irritate me. And it's Attack on Titan.
Oh gosh, wait, which character from Attack on Titan?
One, just
Hanji?
random.
Oh, just a random character.
Just
Me
something
too.
with a bunch of leather straps on them.
It's a
Okay.
cosplay, but I have.
Off topic, I have like the best boyfriend.
Sure.
Just saying.
Right on.
He just like sent me a message
Oh.
saying like, "Hey, did I tell you today that you're cute?" I'm like, "Dang it!"
42, 43. I have 43.
What?
I'm still counting. Hold
I have
on.
43.
Mad lad.
Mad lad. Oh my
And
goodness.
I have worn them all out in public. So
I'm
yes.
still thinking. You gotta give me a sec.
I might have more, I just can't remember anymore.
Okay.
That's not even counting the ones I've done on theater.
All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 cosplays, not including the different versions of Metallica and Malone and Margot. But also, fun fact, turns
Oh,
out
I counted all of my different outfits.
What? You cut out.
Yeah.
yeah. And turns out I actually have 11
What?
different versions of Metallica beans, like 11 props for this
Bad lad.
singular bean.
Oh my god.
I'm really trying to think what all I have done. My gosh, I need to bury deep into my closet right now.
Anyways, while that whole thing is going on, I know that Jordan, you and I, we're kind of on the newbie end of the cosplaying thing.
We are. I think like first of all, I think like a lot of times, first of all, I came into the game like very late. I started cosplaying. If we're including original characters, then it would be like August, like maybe late July if most, because my first was an OC of Cecile. So I think it's an interesting thing because we also came into the game when cosplay on especially TikTok was under a very watchful eye.
Yeah. I remember like TikTok literally, I would see videos people saying, don't put the word cosplay or like anime in the tags or else you'll get
Yeah.
like they won't say you get shadow banned, but you will get shadow banned. And like people complain about how like cosplayers are oppressed or something because of like how they get less views simply for showing off anime or something. I don't know.
It's a very interesting niche kind of to go into, especially like with all of our experiences going into seeing what not only watching cosplay but going into it. It's more of, I'm not going to say it's more like you're like trying to walk through a minefield, but you're kind of going into this high pressure kind of hobby where you're putting yourself out there so much with your hobby, with like your craft and everything, where everything is either you're going to be critiqued highly and negatively or positively. You're going to be looked at with like a harsh eye from those who have higher standards or those who don't have many standards but yet still have so many things to say. It's an interesting type of thing to watch, especially now with cosplay. I hope that makes sense.
I'm curious because you guys are so new at cosplay. What's one of the most difficult things you've had to experience as a newcomer to cosplay? Whether it's personal or from the community.
Honestly, like when I was first started doing cosplay, like people telling you your cosplay's not accurate and stuff, like getting mad at you for that.
That's one major thing. And then one other big thing that comes from like cosplaying original characters is people critiquing you for your cosplay and saying like, well, it isn't up to this standard to this show. I mean, like your outfit's too basic, your yada, yada, yada. Like I had that going on for a few videos where people were looking at me like, you know, it's way too basic that you're putting yourself in for these costumes. I mean, like you can't do this for like JoJo's. It has to be over the top. And you look into your closet and you look at your funds, it's like you can't afford big, bright colored outfits or anything like that. And maybe even some of us who have lack of sewing abilities, we can't make that.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember that comment like on one of your OC videos and you're like, it's so like, they said, I don't like it. And you actually had to comment back saying like, okay, what did you like about it? And they're like, it's too basic. And I'm just sitting there like, why would
like go find something that suits you? Like it's not that hard.
No, it was one of those things where I'm like, they commented like, this is so cringe, and I commented like, what does this have to do with anything of the video? What do you have to say? What am I supposed to get from this? Like I have going up front with those types of people is one of the weirdest things having to do, because you're not only putting yourself in a position where they're probably going to insult you, and not even in a way that they know that they're insulting you and putting that type of pressure on you. It's in a way that they're kind of, you're putting yourself like, I need this information if you're going to give me like negative critique saying like, hey, I would like to see this a little bit, like maybe do more exaggerations of movements, that type of thing you would want to hear of like a critique of like what you can do better and improve your content. But when they come back and say you're cringy, you don't look good, you're too basic, that is not a critique. And that's more coming off as an insult, and that'll hurt you as a cosplayer and push you away from it.
I
Mhm.
100% agree.
I just
I'm
think
almost done calculating. I'm just scrolling through.
it's one of those things, like, also with cosplay. People who don't cosplay think that they know everything about cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
And
like
it's-
to see them try to put a cosplay together.
I would like to see them wash a wig.
Oh,
Wig
gosh.
soup.
Wigs.
Wig
them try to
soup.
style one.
Oh my god,
Oh, I
styling is
don't
a-
even know how to style a wig.
I don't either. I've been trying to figure it out for years, and I just
Me
gave
too.
up.
I've only been watching drag people do cosplay, or not cosplay, but wig styling. And that's mostly like steaming your wigs. That's washing your wigs, putting your wig, like your styrofoam head at a tilt so it won't go in your face, doing a lot of hairspray. There's a lot to styling a wig that even I'm still curious of, like, even trying to get myself a styrofoam head and some pins to put in so it stays in place. They don't see, like, the build slowly to become a professional cosplayer. They only see from nothing to 100. They don't see the process of building.
Did we say we're including casual cosplays?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god.
Alex, how many are the number of cosplays you have still in the double digits, or are they now in the triple digits?
Mystery.
You don't need to ask.
I'm
That's
gonna
terrifying.
estimate about 30.
I'm gonna
What?
estimate like in the higher end of like over 50.
Okay.
All right, so going back to like the whole critique thing with cosplays, I have never gotten a negative critique on my cosplays. Partially because I collect so much clothes, and if I don't have it in my closet, my mom has it in hers. So I'll just go back and forth between the rooms and get different pieces for different cosplays.
Lucky.
But I
Math
remember,
lab.
yeah, I remember when I did my Harley Quinn cosplays. Oh dear Jesus. It's not that I got anything negative out of it. It's just everybody wanted me to portray Harley. Like, they wanted me to be Harley Quinn. That was the problem. Like, I'd walk through a con and then a random person would come running up to me and like tackle me in a hug and be like, "Oh my god, I love your costume." And I'm like, "Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. I don't like touching. No, thank you. I am sorry, but no." So I'd get pictures and all that stuff, and then weird people would be like, "Hey, I'll be your Mr. J," and I'll be like, "No." So,
Yeah, that's another issue with
yeah, just
cosplay. Is like
creep
sometimes it
shows.
seems like people forget that cosplayers are not the characters. Like, it's cliche to say it, but it's true.
The end of
Yeah,
we're dressing up as fictional characters. We are not the fictional characters, especially the fictional characters that you have in your mind.
right.
Yeah.
I actually have pictures. This guy, I'm sending the picture to y'all if y'all want to include it in the thing. This guy was being a really big creep, and we had just gotten this picture with a dude dressed up as Riddler. And so Riddler dude came coming around the corner and put his arm around me and was like pretending that I was his girlfriend so this other dude would leave, and the dude finally got the hint and left. But dear Lord, if it wasn't for this Riddler guy, I probably would have been like snatched out of the con.
Oof.
Yeah. But Riddler dude saved my life, and I owe
Right on,
him a
Riddler
lot.
dude.
Huh?
Right on, Riddler dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riddler dude,
Riddler-
you're doing God's work at that moment. That was
Yeah.
nice of
It
you.
kind of brings up another thing in like cosplay community, kind of like what I remember from like learning about cons and cosplays with that, is that it's kind of it's an on and like I would say even slightly dangerous environment.
Mhm.
you know, people think that cosplay is consent, and it's not.
Right.
And like, I will see like many different types of interpretations of hyper femininity, especially with like making costumes of their own. Like, I love hyper feminine costumes because like I think that people playing into hyper masculinity or hyper femininity without being toxic is one of those beautiful things that people can interpret into making their own, which is one of the most beautiful things about cosplay, of doing that type of thing. Like, I've even imagined doing a hyper feminine version of Hierophant Green, kind of that kind of thing. But it's one of those like outlets and type of things where you can do with cosplay. But with that, people will see it as you're inviting them of like seeing you in a way that you didn't want them to see it.
Yeah.
Which is one of the weirdest things and one of the worst things at the same time, because of how they might react with that.
Mm-hmm.
This is off topic, but I counted how many cosplays I remember doing, and I have 53.
Ooh.
Dang, you did more than I did.
I might have more, but that's how many I can remember.
I
Right, Alec.
just finished. I have.
Drum roll.
It's not as many as, you know, but it is 51, or not 51, 41.
I did more than you by
I am
2.
the supreme.
You are a supreme nerd. All hail. Supreme.
This is
Yeah,
what I
I
get
don't
for
know.
trying to cosplay every single character in a podcast. I'm not kidding. That's currently one of my goals, is to cosplay every single character in Magnus Archives.
I
Let's see
think
how that
Esther
goes.
has you probably beat by now.
Oh yeah, most likely.
Esther probably has you beat.
Esther
yeah,
cosplays all the characters I don't cosplay.
I pulled up that like post that someone like sent a comment saying like, I don't like your cosplay. Quote, they said, Killer Cringe has already touched this post.
Oh my god.
Like, that comment isn't cringy in its own way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Here, yeah, and I just said like, I don't know what your point is. And that was all I said to them, where they said it's like, it needs more shading and more bizarre attire. And I'm like, then why did you say that in the first
You know they said it thinking that they were being cool by saying it too.
Yeah, it's one of like critique, like those who critique, I'm gonna put quote unquote critiques, they think they're so cool when they try to think like, ooh, this person's not doing a good job, let me just joke with them. Yeah, we're not getting that joke on this side of the screen.
Yeah.
Your joke is pointed, your joke is stupid, and your joke is only funny to you. It's not funny to anyone else.
Yeah, the only time jokes like that are funny is if it's between two friends who both know that they're joking. Like,
Yeah.
like if one of you guys commented on one of my cosplays and said that, I would probably get that it was a joke.
So,
Or maybe I wouldn't. Who knows? It's a mystery.
moral of the story, just don't do that. If it's
Don't.
an actual criticism to benefit and help somebody with their cosplay, sure. But if it's something like that, don't even bother. Mind your own business.
With that being said, there has been some great people that I have talked to about cosplay, including you guys, which is just really kind and nice, where you have people who are genuinely in it for helping others improve cosplays.
Yeah.
So
I actually,
go ahead.
there's a couple of people I have interacted with where I think I've mentioned him a few times before. His name is J Star. When he originally did My Hero Academia content, I sent him some DMs just like, hey, how'd you get your costume, and what would you say is probably your biggest tips on getting costumes? And he would even come back with me with like a voice memo saying like, hey, I think that your best bet is probably going to these types of websites where they're not that expensive, or you can buy piece by piece and not a whole suit. And he was like, I got this from Amazon, which is pretty easy and they're pretty inexpensive, but I got this from this website, where he was just interactive, understanding, and he was there to just help and make sure everything is okay.
Yeah.
There are good people.
Yeah. Can we spend this moment to like give shout outs to like cosplayers mutuals or like people we admire that like really helped us with our cosplays, or even just cosplayers we really like.
Quinn. Shout out to
Oh, dang,
Quinn.
I was about to say Quinn.
Quinn is so good.
Wait,
Esther,
Quinn is
We're all
in
just gonna say Quinn.
Quinn cosplays. Yeah.
The best Mista and only Formaggio cosplayer out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
If I remember correctly,
Let's
Quinn was at
not
forget Aluso.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
She also cosplays Aluso.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
yes.
Shout out to my bestie Pixel Boy Cos.
Ooh,
That man inspired me to get back into cosplay.
Nice.
that's really nice. Do y'all know Weather?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was also gonna say Weather.
Weather, shout out to Weather, he's awesome.
Shout out to Weather Report.
Weather Report. Ranch. Y'all know Ranch, ultimate
Ranch depressing.
Ranch depressing, ultimate Trish. Best.
Shout out to Pure Material just because I love their cosplays.
Mhm.
Just mwah, gorgeous Jotaro.
Do y'all know?
Shout out to Esther for being cool.
Yes,
I was just about
Esther.
to say
Esther.
100%.
Yes.
Esther,
Shout out
I
to
have
Esther.
adopted Esther as my child. I just want to let everyone know that.
Shout out to Gahuls, who is a really popular like closet cosplayer of Polnareff.
Mhm.
Huh?
He just puts a giant sock on his head. The head's
Oh,
that
yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, I
That's
remember that dude.
Oh, I love that dude.
He and I are mutuals, and he's one of the he's one of the nicest guys, and his Twitch streams are so like relaxing.
Shout out to Bird with a Brush for being my partner in crime for 3 years. Cosplay, roleplay, don't matter. Always been at my side.
Hell yeah, go Bird with a Brush.
Y'all.
Yes.
How about? Or do you guys know Cornflake?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Cornflake.
Oh yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, Corn. I feel like I'm just listing out all of my mutuals on.
Honestly, same.
We're all shouting out mutuals because guess what? Our mutuals are some of the best cosplayers, and we know them of good faith.
This is the message for all you mutuals out there. I love you.
We love you.
We love you
Also,
so
one more
much. And
one more
sorry.
shout out to Cosplay is Hope. She's a wonderful Texan cosplayer.
Mhm.
Yes.
And Jay Meanstar. He's from Britain, and he's recently gone into Joseph Joestar cosplays, and he sounds almost exactly like Joseph.
Mhm.
Mad lad.
Yeah. Also, we've forgotten any names. It's mainly because we're doing.
There's so many.
Overhead.
Oh,
There's so many of you guys, but know that you are not forgotten. So yeah, we love you guys, and hopefully you guys are this podcast hearing us just simp about you.
Yes.
Went from one simp episode to the next.
One simp episode to the next.
Oh my gosh, get out of my comments.
Yeah, at least I know one person in this podcast that simps over one of my cosplays.
Carri.
Yeah, I wonder who that is.
Carri.
Oh gosh.
Carri.
Sorry.
Oh, I have one more shout out.
And
Flomo198 on TikTok. Wonderful mutual, and she's just getting into cosplay of like different fandoms rather than My Hero and Haikyuu. If you want to go check her out, please do. She also does animation. She's an art student.
Shout out to all the wonderful cosplayers in the Reborn, Golden Kids, Electric
oh,
Delusion.
I just remembered something. Someone I need to call out. Not call it. What's the word? Shout out. That's the word.
Shout out.
I forgot his name though. Yeah, one of our mutual.
Jean?
I forgot his username. No, not John. He's
Leo?
cool too, though.
Leo?
Leo's also cool. Eli, I forgot his username.
Oh, Hazel Ezen.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He keeps
But also
changing
shout
it.
out to all the other people who you mentioned.
Rascal.
They're also pretty cool.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I want to know what's the longest you've taken on a cosplay, or the cosplay you're most proud of.
I'm making a life-size pterodactyl costume. I've been working on it for like 5 years.
Nice. My
Yeah.
longest solo cosplay, like this is the cosplay I stuck with for 4 years, is Harley Quinn. But the cosplay I'm most proud of currently is Cell Block.
No, yeah, that was fun.
Oh my god, I love Cell Block so much. It took forever to get all of the face paint off, but I love it.
Carri?
I'm trying to decide right now. I think if I were to choose one, it would be my Midler cosplay. And I think that's mainly because like I think I exposed the most amount of skin I ever had on camera. And I was so worried about like how it would go, because like at the same time when I first started cosplaying, that's when I decided that I was going to start working out. And like I've seen like people cosplay Midler, and I'm just like, your waists are so snatchy, you guys look so like pretty and all that stuff, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to like show it off. And then the day came where I finally did, and I'm just like, I look fine. Yeah.
Right on.
You did though. You still do.
Definitely.
We need to get back onto her. Like I miss cosplaying. It's been a while.
Yeah.
What was the one cosplay that you really feel proud of?
Me?
Yeah.
So all of quarantine, I built a Golden Experience cosplay.
Nice.
Nice.
I have not done any
Oh my
videos of
god.
it. I have shown it to somebody once. It is currently at my house because I'm at college right now. And I am dying for a fucking convention so I can take it out.
Hey, just a heads up, the Mississippi
But I work
convention is open still.
Really?
That'll be in June.
Miss Rona.
Miss Rona. But dude, I hope that
Yeah, I mean it's open. It might not be open in a few months, but it's open right now. So that'll happen in June.
Yeah.
If y'all need a con to go to, I got
If
you
that
a
gets
con.
canceled, Salt Lake Comic Con's probably still going in September. You can all come stay with me
Nice.
if you like. We can take the train.
Bet.
Ooh, okay. Good question. What is a piece of material you just can't stand to use when cosplaying?
Nylon, because I'm allergic to it.
That's a fair
Valid.
reason.
Yeah, it like burns my skin.
Anything like a slippery type of fabric, like silks and satins. I love the cut, like the look of it, but it's just so hard to wear sometimes.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be a very controversial opinion, but like foam and styrofoam, I don't like using at all.
Oh, 100%.
That honestly, fair and valid.
I don't know.
Because I tend to use hot glue for everything, and they melt the second hot glue touches them, and it messes stuff up for me.
I love drag queens, and I hear all the time from like cosplay and more along the lines of horror and filth drag queens. They wear a lot of foam and types of prosthetics on their bodies where it would be impossible to move.
Oh yeah.
Like I would say best example is Landon Cider from Dragula season 3. Has a lot of prosthetics used.
Ooh.
I don't know
if anyone knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
For me,
it sounds familiar, yeah.
What?
It's me.
Sounds
like
what?
Talking about familiar.
Okay. It's a lot like Drag Race, but
yeah,
instead of like it being all about performance queens and buying all your costumes, it is all about the making of your costumes and the process of it and like getting into character. And it's on Netflix if you want to know. It's on Netflix from seasons 2 to 3. Season 1, I would like try watching the first episode, but it's bad quality and low production, then it's best just go to season 2.
You think we can get them to sponsor us?
I want them to so bad. I would like them to, but I think the Belay brothers won't.
Everyone listening to this
I-
podcast, tweet at them and tell them to sponsor us.
Yes, please sponsor
At
us.
Belay brothers.
Carrie, did you say what you least like to use?
So most of my cosplays, I think, or actually no, all of my cosplays up to this point has been like clothes that I have in my closet and like clothes that I don't mind wearing. So I technically don't really have like a type of like material that I don't like using. But I was going to say though, I probably would never use styrofoam because I don't know about you guys, but I kind of gag and hate the sound of like styrofoam rubbing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like,
God.
Yeah.
It hurts my teeth. It hurts my teeth.
I don't think I've ever had it hurt my teeth though. Like I don't know what got me conditioned into it, but hearing that just suddenly like activates my gag reflexes and I just want to puke.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah. That too. Like,
Yeah.
well, specifically when you erase the chalk from the chalkboard, that sound is just awful. Like, anyways. I don't think there is really like any material that I've worn that I absolutely hate beyond when it's a really hot day and I'm wearing like a lot of layers. So I'm just like sweating in there. I don't know what material it is, but like I know there's like one material that like keeps in heat pretty well or something.
Polyester.
Winter. Yeah, that's probably it. Like good for the winter, not for the summer.
I was
Yeah.
thinking latex for some reason because that basically just
Dude, Jesus.
Mhm.
That
I know
stuff.
Oh.
Go on.
Okay, I know for me, it's a material called Plastidip, which basically, if you've worked with foam, you have to seal the foam sometimes, and it's one of the things you can use for it. I cannot stand that stuff.
Oh God.
Oh my, it's terrible. Because whenever I made Golden Experience, I used foam for the first time. Like I completely made almost an entire suit of armor. And my gosh, that stuff is so finicky. Like if the wind blows in its direction, it will create ripples. Like you can't leave it outside.
Oh God.
Which also sucks because you bring it in your house, there's no ventilation.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible.
Oh God, that sounds awful.
I'd like to make
it
a
turned out
correction.
great, but like, oh, it's so finicky. It's like spray at a distance. It's like, okay, this stuff spurts out like a clogged up hose, and it's just like, what do you mean get an even coating with this? It's oh my gosh, it's just so finicky.
Ooh, another thing to like ask about you guys, along with of course using materials to wear on your body, what about makeup? Like how long does it typically take for you guys to put on the makeup, and like what are products you guys swear on based on what you are?
It takes
NYX
me
lipstick.
It takes
How much time
me
do you have?
45.
This is why I can't stand Zoom calls, because every time somebody ends, it's just like, who's gonna start next?
yeah.
Either everyone's talking at the same time or none of us are talking. No in between.
Let me tell you, post-production is very interesting.
Right.
Anyways,
I would have to say, for me personally, oh gosh, contour palettes.
Oh yeah. Contour palettes and like especially like JoJo lines, it's liquid eyeliner.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I was just about to say, if like my friend uses like Snazaroo to paint on his JoJo lines, and I'm like, okay, you can get precise with that, and like, yeah, sure, it stays still. I'm like done with my lines in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I used to do face paint for the lines, and it's so much easier with eyeliner.
Oh, definitely. But the one thing is that you gotta find like a great makeup remover to get rid of all of the eyeliner that seeped through like the foundation. I will say, like, my go-to eyeliner for like all of my lines is ColourPop BFF liquid eyeliner in numero uno. That stuff like stays on like a trooper.
I would say like a really nice colorful color palette has been like a lifesaver for me. Like when I first started,
yeah,
like I was like, why aren't my colors popping up? And then like I finally like decided to like buy a color palette that actually has like bright colors, put it on, and I'm like, wait a minute, this looks so much better. Because like for some reason my camera wouldn't catch the colors that I had with like the usual color palettes that I had, which is mostly like beige nude kind of like colors or something. I don't wear that much color in real life, and so maybe I might.
There's a couple. What?
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, if people are gonna look for like maybe like inexpensive colorful palettes, there's a really good like matte colored palette filled with like the rainbow on Beauty Bay for like $20. Great one. And then there's ColourPop, who has great build your own palettes, or you can just buy single pot shadows for $3.
It takes me about 45 minutes in general to get my hair, makeup, and get dressed. I swear by all drugstore makeup, and yeah. I do a lot of theater, so I have this monstrosity of a makeup case. So I have all different colors. I have all kinds of different like hyper pigmented stuff because I do theater and you can't see it if it's not bright enough from the stage. So I just, drugstore makeup, just go to like Walgreens and have fun.
I swear by everything full coverage.
Oh yeah.
Everything full coverage, like full coverage foundation, concealer, like even for my everyday makeup, it's full coverage foundation, concealer, and then you have to have like your very set fine powders, which makes everything lock in, and great setting sprays. I don't think you really need to worry about eyebrows too much unless you're like the people who like to shave off their eyebrows completely, or like the wings, or like maybe the ends off your eyebrows. Then I would say like find good either pencils or brow gels. There are some great inexpensive brow gels at Morphe, or like maybe I think LA Colors has some great ones too. Mascara is not really that needed as much as like if people like to use false eyelashes.
Ooh, here's a controversial question. What's a makeup product in cosplay that you think is overrated? As in like overrated, as in like people, as in like you see cosplayers being like, oh, like you should have this and like invest in this, but you personally think I don't really need it.
I mean, if any of you guys watch my videos, it's pretty obvious I never use foundation.
Same.
Foundation is not needed, but it's a pretty good base. But like if you want like a very sticky base for like, let's say your lines, just use primer and then like a light amount of clear powder.
Usually what I do is I use eyeshadow that's the same color as my skin, and just use that to cover up any little cuts or anything I have on my face.
Good thinking.
It's not the intended use, but that's what I use it for.
Hey, I mean, like that's we use eyeliner as face paint at this point.
Also true.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I think blush, like,
oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
I love blush, but then again, it's kind of like one of those things where people like, you don't have to wear as much blush as I do.
Yeah,
unless you want to.
Unless you want to. It's all up to you, really. It's like, it's your interpretation of the character, or your interpretation of the makeup this character would wear, or your version. So it's all up to you. Play with any type of color you want to for your character and see what fits.
Ooh, another good question. If you had, you know what? there's no budget. No budget. If you could cosplay anybody you wanted to, what would you cosplay?
No budget, but also do physics count?
Probably
Yes,
a dinosaur.
This is cosplay. This is real world cosplay.
Starfire with the big poofy hair.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yes.
Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
I don't know if you oh gosh, what's his name? He's
Benedict Cumberbatch.
no. This is a
Oh.
cosplayer.
Oh.
Sorcerer Supreme of Scotland on
Oh
Instagram.
yeah.
Oh.
Best.
Oh,
Can't
100%.
Oh, you guys are saying characters. I was gonna say a dinosaur.
Which
Just like a mech
is the
suit.
question?
A full size, like a Jurassic Park dinosaur costume,
A mech
basically.
suit
Like
dinosaur.
they have a theme parks and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kind of
We
costume
have
you would
one that
wear to
comes
scare
to the,
people because they think you're a real dinosaur. That's what I would get.
We have one of those come to the Comic-Con.
Yeah, we do at mine too. And I'm always
Nice.
jealous because I want it. That's what I'm working on right now, but I'm really bad at working on it. One day I will finish it. Not today, but one day.
I'm looking
Maybe.
at the Sorcerer Supreme of Scotland guy, and how does he not have more followers?
I know, right? And don't quote me on this, but I know some of it is handmade.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really nice too.
Mhm.
Me personally, if I could cosplay anything, no money. This is gonna sound like, if you know me, I'm very alternative, goth, black all day, every day. But there was something about the pink ball gown from The Little Mermaid that Ariel wears.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yes.
I just
Very
wanna
poofy.
wear-
It's the poof.
Yeah.
It kind of is, yeah. That, or I would really, really love to cosplay Anastasia from the movie.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Which
There's
outfit?
also the Barbie Swan Lake
Oh yes, Barbie.
Oh, nice.
Wait,
or Princess Tutu.
Oh my
Alex,
gosh.
question about-
Yes.
question about Anastasia.
So left field, but like I just,
Mm.
they're so pretty. They're so majestic and magical. That just, I really, really want to.
I could probably make you one of those dresses if you want.
Oh, you don't have to do that because I'd pay you, and I don't have money for it.
No, I'd do it for free just because I might be getting a mannequin thing for my birthday and I want something to practice with.
I have a question for you. What type of fabric would you want on that dress?
Yeah.
I don't even know because that's if I had to make it, my gosh, I would be so incredibly picky about colors. I currently have an Etsy link saved to somebody in Russia who to me made the best version of the Little Mermaid dress possible. Like it is bone corseted and like it's not
Nice.
like you can do whatever you want like when cosplaying. Like you can go as extreme, you can put your own vision to it, whatever. But like for me, I'm very much like a screen accurate person. So sometimes like the flair that people put on it is a little bit much for me.
Mhm.
So like the person I found just made the most beautiful like screen accurate version like I can think of.
Mhm.
I'll have to send a link to it in the Discord, but like, oh,
I saw
Alex.
this one.
so bad.
Alex,
Hmm.
when you said that you want to dress up as Princess Anastasia, which dress are you talking about? Are you talking about the
The
Russian
dress during oh god, what's the song?
The big gold one.
Yes, that one.
Ooh.
If anybody follows Designer Daddy on Instagram,
Designer.
He made the most beautiful version of that dress ever. And my gosh, I wish.
Mhm. I personally like the blue evening gown that Anastasia wore. Like I think
That one is slick.
that's such elegance, so pure.
Either that or like Wings Club.
Mhm.
Valid.
I could definitely make a Wings Club outfit. Just
Ooh.
one trip to Hobby Lobby is all that would take
Yeah.
once I get paid.
I've never
also-
watched what?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I never watched Winx Club, but I've always admired people who like put themselves to the monochrome outfits that they make and like
Mhm.
possibly make them like shift colors or something. Those types
So
of
Those are
iconic.
always cool.
Those are really pretty.
And then they butchered it in the freaking. Oh, I'm not even gonna bring it up.
I was
I'm gonna
wondering
get
how
so
long till
mad.
someone was gonna bring that up.
I'm gonna get
like-
so mad.
God.
That's fair.
No, they took down their Ariel listing.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Everyone listening to this, message them and tell them to put it back up.
Yeah.
Another thing
You
that
don't even know who it is.
one thing that I want to ask you guys. So obviously, I mean, I feel like I've said this like many times in the past episodes, but like, I guess based on how you've experienced cosplay prior to TikTok and now, what are some major difference that you've noticed, like when you see TikTok, the cosplay community on TikTok versus maybe the cosplay community where you live, or the cosplay community that you've known prior to joining TikTok?
That's a really interesting question, because for me personally, I feel like I wasn't on the internet a whole lot whenever I first joined the cosplay community. But from what I remember, literally it was just Yaya Han and Jessica Nigri, and like those were the epitome of cosplay. And yeah, there were like good people on the side, but they were really the focus point. And I think now, especially, people have gotten smart. Of course, there's things like YouTube and forums all across the internet, and you can easily look up how to do things. We have easier access to get supplies as well. So your average cosplayers, they've really learned and upped the game. So anybody now can be like a Yaya Han or a Jessica Nigri. And it's really cool to see. And I think only the really big difference is that, like, if you want to make cosplaying a job, like Yaya Han or Jessica Nigri, I know I keep using them, but they're the biggest examples. It's a lot more difficult to do because everybody can be that high of a standard now, just through simple things. So it's changed a lot, but it also really hasn't, in a way. Because before, like, yeah, when you'd go to conventions, you'd see some really good cosplays. But now you're only seeing more of them because of things like Instagram and TikTok. So it has changed, but also, like, it hasn't. And it's just because of media.
Yeah.
I 100% agreed.
I think one of the things that I've seen is that with TikTok, cosplayers are more creative in terms of the content that they pull out, because like prior to seeing TikTok, like you would see cosplayers, they would walk around and like sometimes they would make videos on YouTube where they're in character and like they make these skits or whatnot. Or you would see like pictures of them on Instagram posing, and like you could see like stories that come around with it. Then you go on TikTok and like it's become pretty much a norm or expected, where not only are people just cosplaying, but like they're getting creative with the audios that TikTok have to create storylines. Like they would use that to like do really creative like editing and like animation kind of like dances and all that stuff. And I think that's really cool with like
Mhm.
how the cosplay community on TikTok has developed into like having that as part of their niche, and it's really awesome.
Yeah.
What you're saying?
I was gonna say, like, yeah, it's cool to kind of see that go on. I think a big part of the experience now of like looking inward is seeing the amount of time and the amount of effort going into like just like maybe a t-shirt, like maybe just a tank top that's close if not the same color as like the characters. You got to get the accessories, the time waiting, the wait lists, everything like that. Then you have to look at like maybe people who do like the up the ante types of things where they make their own outfits, they make their own, sometimes even their own fabrics. You're kind of like given a whole new perspective and giving a whole new respect to those around you and to those that you see on your For You page or for Instagram, or like maybe even watching, like I've even mentioned drag before. Drag is another thing that it's kind of like, well, if I can just do this where it's my simplistic type of, cosplay, look at a drag queen, look at how much they put into their craft, how long it took for them. So you're looking at different types of how long people have taken to do their craft, and then it's that whole respect idea and the nuance now that you've known for doing this type of stuff. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Okay, perfect.
Anyway, next day you were about to say something.
Well, when you were bringing up TikTok, I was English, yeah. Okay. When you were bringing up TikTok, it was making me think like there's a lot more places you can post your cosplays on now than when I first got into cosplay. Like more places just for people who want to post their cosplays. Like before, if I wanted to show off my cosplay, I'd just post photos on DeviantArt or on Tumblr, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot more places you can show off how cool you look now.
Yeah, and
right on.
I think with something like TikTok as well, it's essentially a better version of Vine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we're gonna get
a bunch of people in their comments just like, well, you're only saying that because it's like, no, guess what? I was around when Vine was still popular and I could quote all of them every day. I can still do that. But you know what?
Road
you know
work
what Vine
ahead?
is.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Every time I see a sign,
But
I have to say that.
Oh my god, I love
Chipotle. Honestly, like TikTok is such a good video program, like platform, and it's easy to use. And I think with that, cosplayers are just able to get more creative than they normally would, especially like during right now in the middle of a pandemic. Like some people are genuinely really creative, especially with like transitions.
Oh, those people are crazy.
I think that, like,
right
honestly,
on them.
Yeah, like it steps up your cosplay game to a whole nother level, because it's kind of the same as like if we were at conventions. Like some people, when you're at conventions, like when people come up to ask you for photos, like, yes, the character is on. I'm in mode. And I feel like the same with like when you're doing TikTok videos or something like that, like the character's on and people love that. So it's just a great way to express.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cosplayings now. I guess just to kind of end this episode on a positive note, if it hasn't been positive already. What is a cosplay? Like, let's talk about our cosplays that we are currently working on and that we plan on maybe showing in the future. Like, no definite future, but like our work in progress at the moment.
Crosshairs from Transformers. As soon as I get paid, I am going to be buying bits and pieces of this cosplay, and I can also use part of that as a double for Kakuin. So yay!
Nice.
2 birds, 1 stone.
I guess for me, I have like 3 Mistas from JoJo Part 5 that I'm sitting on.
Nice.
I have a Halloween Okuyasu that I wasn't able to do for Halloween. So I think I'm just doing it for spring. And I think that's it. I think. Don't quote me on that.
When you said the Halloween Misa saved for like spring, why did it immediately think of Disney Channel when they would?
I meant Okuyasu.
Oh, Okuyasu. But with the Halloween Okuyasu, why did I immediately think of Disney Channel when they used to play like Halloween and zombie movies in April? They respected us so much as kids when they would play Halloween movies at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, my plans, I still really need to make prosciutto for sure. My biggest thing is the wig.
We're all waiting.
What? I know we're waiting. I just need to make sure I have money. I need money.
You poor broke
I need
people.
a job.
The cosplayers struggle money.
Really?
Yeah,
I
really.
work 6 days a week and I get paid $10 an hour. I am rolling in it right now.
Right on. Me too.
Right on.
Another cosplay I'm working on is Principal Nezu from My Hero Academia.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I should do a present Mike cosplay.
Yes.
I could pull off young present Mike. Maybe not adult present Mike.
You can definitely pull off young present Mike. I also kind of want to
Have
do one
the
of the
hair for
students,
it.
but I'm not sure 100% on which student I want to be.
All
I
of
think I
them.
want to be Tetsu or Saruhanta.
If you do that, I'll
Yes.
be Kirishima.
Oh my god, yes!
I have to dye my hair red,
Tetsu.
but
By the way, Tetsu is literally named Metal.
yes.
Period.
But I want to see if I can do Tetsu.
Do it. If you
The
do
other-
that, I'll do Kirishima, and then I know for a fact Marshall jump in as my partner in crime as probably Bakugo. So
Oh, I have a great question. What did your family's reaction? What was your family reaction when you guys started cosplaying?
oh, you look wonderful, honey.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Um,
And ever since then, they've been disappointed in me.
well,
Yeah, pretty much.
we're proud of you.
We're proud of you guys.
Ow. Thanks.
My parents
My
just
mom
nodded
just
it off
seems
like,
confused.
okay.
Oh, we're all talking.
Anyway, Jordan, go on.
My parents were just brushing it off like, okay, cool, I guess. And then when I told my brother I was doing cosplay, he kind of just laughed and shook his head. But then I mentioned Principal Nezu as like a possible cos plan, and he was like, okay, sounds good. But he's one of those people who likes My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer and like most mainstream animes. I'm trying to get him to watch JoJo's, but he refuses.
Just like Rohan.
He said I have to watch the first season of Demon Slayer before he watches the first episode of JoJo's.
Bruh.
My
Bruh.
brother's
Tell me
done
how that's
stuff
fair.
like that with me before too.
And as soon as he sees that one episode of JoJo's, he'll be like, why didn't you get me into this sooner?
Oh my god, he's gonna be so confused.
Do what I did with my brother, and instead of going from part 1, just go back to part 1 after he finishes part 3.
Yeah, I'm doing that with my brother too. It seems like it's kind of working.
Yeah. That way he'll have some action under his belt and can go back and piece together all the backstory later.
Mhm.
My brother has seen JoJo more than I have seen JoJo.
My
He's
mom
obsessed.
thought it was pretty cool. I mean, she helped me with it sometimes. I mean, she made my first cosplay. She didn't fully understand it, but like she just rolls with it, and she thinks it's cool because she's like, wow, my daughter's like creating all this cool stuff. My dad still has no clue what it is. And I plan to keep it that way.
I totally get that. When I first I think I remember posting this around Halloween, but it was for one of my Zoom classes and I dressed up as Joseph Joestar. My dad looked at me all dressed up and I had like I had a sweater on, but I still had like my full gear and my full makeup on, and he looked at me like, so what exactly are you supposed to be? And I was like, I'm a and I spat out comic book character, and he's like, okay. I wasn't about to go and explain the whole thing of JoJo's, but
I explained the plot to my great grandmother, and she's like, I have no clue what you just said, but sounds interesting. I'd like to watch it. I said, really?
There's a bonus episode for us that your grandma reacts to JoJo.
My great grandmother, she is 88.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Yes.
for her.
We start a Patreon. That'll be our first patron exclusive episode.
Oh my god.
Grandma OnlyFans.
Oh no.
Is there,
Oh,
Oh my
no.
god, no.
Is there any other cosplay questions?
Anyone else have cosplans?
Oh, I got a whole bunch I'm working on.
Are you?
I was about to say, would you like to explain?
Trying to think which ones I should explain. I have so many I'm working on right now. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I don't actually plan stuff. I just come up with it one day and decide I'm going to cosplay it, and then I spend a week working on it.
Makes sense.
I'm going to do Speedwagon.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes.
That's what I'm working on right now. I forgot.
Speedwagon. I don't know why the way that Speedwagon's name is like said.
Speedwagon. Oh.
In the whole entire series, Speedwagon.
Speedwagon.
I have another cosplay.
What?
Yeah.
Old Joseph.
Wait, which
Nice.
Aw.
Joseph? Which old Joseph? The one from part 3 or the one from part 4?
Part
Oh.
3.
Okay, Gilf Joseph then. Awesome.
I'll be definitely Gilf Joseph. I want to do corsetry for Gilf Joseph, but I need to learn how to do that.
Mhm.
I also need to save up for a corset. What about you, Carrie?
TBH, I don't think I had like the time to actually sit down and figure out exactly when I want a cosplan, or at least like work on cosplans, because most of the time I've been working on just revamping my old cosplays. I don't know if that counts as cosplans.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it does.
I
And
guess,
there's nothing wrong with improving older stuff.
yeah, basically
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have to revamp Maloney again, because for some reason I am on a never-ending cycle of hating my cosplays every few weeks. I'm probably going to revamp Azura again because I also hate her hair at the moment. It's so weird.
I'm still trying to work on Tiramisu's hair.
Yeah, we need to make more of Tiramisu Azura loving content. That's for
Yes.
sure.
We really do.
Shout out to Esther and Panda for coming up with this AU because it's awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We really need to get that one going up again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss that.
Anyone else? I was about to like say, should we talk about like problems in the cosplay community, like on TikTok? And I think like that's another conversation
That's
for
a
another
whole,
time.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's a whole
whole
conversation.
Especially with what was recently happened. So I'm like, let's not.
Yeah.
I think we're good for this episode. But if any of our listeners are interested in cosplaying or have questions about it, feel free to message us on our social medias. We will be more than happy to give you advice, or suggestions, or actually critique you, not just, give you a trash answer. So
Yeah. We'll be more than happy to talk to you guys about any questions you have. Stuff like that. We're more than happy to answer.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Anybody want to give a little tip that they got?
Oh yeah, tips
Like a little cosplay tip?
cosplays.
Mine is never
Um,
underestimate hot glue. You can
Yes.
do a lot with hot glue.
Mhm.
Before cutting anything, make sure the measurements are correct.
That too.
Don't wing it like I
Along
did
with the hot
with
glue,
Dio.
never underestimate cardboard and paper mache.
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Cardboard, paper mache, and hot glue are like the main things that I used when I first got into cosplay. Like, you can do a lot
Yeah.
with them.
Thrift stores
Oh,
never
And
yeah.
some good spray paint.
Mm-hmm.
Thrift stores never hurt.
True.
Thrift stores never hurt.
Yeah, thrift stores never do hurt.
Mhm.
You also do not. It is okay. When cosplaying, it is okay to make your outfit completely from scratch. It is okay to buy pieces of clothing and alter them. And it is okay to completely buy your cosplay from a
Yes.
store online. All of that is
Mhm.
still cosplay.
All cosplay is
And the
valid.
main-
On that
Yes.
note, I'd also say if you want to get outfit stuff for your cosplay to put together, look at thrift stores. You can get stuff, really good stuff for really cheap there.
Yes.
Like, I have a leather jacket, like a big red leather jacket I got for $15 at a thrift store.
Ooh, that's nice.
I know, it's great. Like, you can get good stuff there if you go on the right days.
Do be wary of secondhand seller places, however, like eBay, Depop, AliExpress especially.
Poshmark.
Just
Mhm.
yeah, Poshmark, Wish. Just do your research, read reviews, look at reviews, especially if there's pictures. Just be cautious of when you're buying from secondhand item places. And if they don't provide pictures, but it is a good deal, get in contact with the seller to see if you can get pictures.
And try doing reverse image search on the pictures. Make sure they aren't stolen from a cosplayer. Because I've heard of that happening before.
And of course, last but not least, have fun. I think
Yes.
that's a really good advice. And whatnot. I guess for anything, it's just have fun. Like whether you think your cosplay is the best thing ever or you feel your cosplay is the worst thing ever. Like, what matters in the end is whether you have fun and you enjoy yourself in cosplay.
Yes. And you don't always have to cosplay everything to picture perfect. There are plenty of examples out there where people have done free range, their own designs. Get creative. That's what cosplay is all
And
about.
have fun.
And it is for anybody.
Yeah. Cosplaying is for anybody. Your body type, your gender, or your I don't, what are some things to list that people would be hesitant?
Your skin tone, your ethnicity, your gender, your sexuality, your age. It doesn't matter. Cosplay.
And always ask consent.
Yes.
Even if it's a photo, be polite.
Yes.
Consent is sexy.
Yes.
Consent is beautiful. It is sexy. It is the biggest turn on.
And if there are any 18 and younger listening to this, you are a minor, know your place and be careful.
Yes.
Which that can be part of the controversy episode if we decide to do one.
We can definitely do a controversy episode. We just need to talk about it in the Discord and if we ever do calls.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, in that case, thank you guys so much for joining us on our episode of the WeeBS Show. Tune in next week where we talk about more weeb goodness. And see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.